To Roger now. Roger, if you could stand up and ask your question. Thank you.
Thank you. The proposal for an anti-corruption commission at a Commonwealth or federal level has been described by some of the greatest legal minds in this country as a toothless tiger at the beck and call of government. And I'd like to know what the two gentlemen here would offer to give that some teeth so that it can act independently of government, especially with public hearings.
Prime Minister, first of all. Roger.
Yeah. Our proposal for a Commonwealth Integrity Commission, let me start off by saying this: ensuring integrity right across the Commonwealth government, not just obviously politicians, of course, but right across the public service, because one of the differences between a Commonwealth government and a state government is that a state government, there are these commissions, they deal with gambling and they deal with racing and they deal with liquor licensing and development and many of those issues. And I'm sure you've seen many examples of whether it's at local government or a state government level where those issues have been the real subject of those sort of corruption allegations. At a Commonwealth level, you're dealing with things like immigration decisions and tax office and things of that nature. So there's a different set of issues you're dealing with. Our proposal for a Commonwealth Integrity Commission, which has 357 pages in legislation and a budget of $60 million, which is in the budget. We've already spent $50 million applying that to the Australian Commission for Law Enforcement Integrity, which they police the Home Affairs Department, the Federal Police, these sorts of organisations. That already exists to ensure that integrity is upheld in those important things. We have that legislation. It deals with criminal matters. It is not a kangaroo court. It is not something that is trying to trial people in the media. It's not about who your boyfriend is or things like that. I've seen these integrity commissions in my own home state of New South Wales, and I've got to say I haven't been impressed. And that's not the model I would like to see at the Commonwealth level.
Okay,
I would like to see a serious commission that deals with criminal matters. We've got our legislation, 357 pages, and our budget for it of $60 million ready to go.
Sure. Mr Albanese, your response? Just trying to get through as many questions as we can.
Thanks very much, Roger, for the question. And it's an issue where we need to restore faith in the political system. Now, I think overwhelmingly people go into politics for all the right reasons, whether they be Labor or Liberal or minority party people. But the truth is there's a stench around a whole range of issues in Canberra. When you have a block of land that was worth $3 million, that the government paid $30 million for it. When you have donations for a legal case that the minister at the time said he couldn't be transparent about where the money was coming from. There's issues of sports rorts and commuter car park rorts and abuse of taxpayers' money. Now, what we need is a national anti-corruption commission with teeth, one which is able to control its own investigations. The government's model would have ministers determine whether they can be investigated or not. It needs to be independent, at arm's length. It needs to have the capacity to have public hearings if it deems that that is in the public interest, and it does need to have some teeth. And Scott is very critical of the ICAC. Let me say this about the New South Wales Anti-Corruption Commission. It has found both Liberal MPs and Labor MPs and ministers of all sorts of persuasions and mayors guilty of corruption. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I want an anti-corruption commission that will hold the political system to account, because I believe in our democracy it's essential that people have faith in the democratic processes, and that's not there at the moment.
Roger, thank you very much for that.